Boys. 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 Look at that. Ah. 42 seconds, I have 140 kills. Goddamn. And the weapon is not even fully built. Holy. Guys, take a look at this and explain what you're seeing. Because the average Warframe player would be like, me see damage, enemy go boom boom, but no red crit, so no good. Citrine just became a walking elemental nuker, now with her new augment and Oraxia's melee, the Spinnerex. The new Citrine augment, Prismatic Companion, cast your third ability and place the Prismatic Gem on your free moving companion, meaning anything that's not a sentinel. Yes, it even works on the Moas and Hounds. I tested them and unfortunately they couldn't beat out the Panzer. You also get a 50% increase to its duration. Prismatic Gem generally is an insane ability where it spreads the 4 primary elements anytime you or your allies attack within the prismatic zone. It also increases your status chance and duration, so it buffs a lot of weapons, and the ability itself is great as a DPS ability. And now it can move with you? Sign me up. Unfortunately, it can only work on companions, but that is not a massive deal breaker. Anyway, let's take a look at how I've put this build together. Alright, so let's go over this loadout right here. The synergy is pretty simple. Activate Prismatic Gem, your companion gets the little thing, and just whack your melee on enemies. So what is the unique trait for this melee? As it states, on death, enemies have a 10% chance to burst for each stack of toxin status effect applied to them, spreading toxin damage. It comes with innate toxin, so if you whack an enemy and they get toxin procced and die to the melee, boom, kabloomies happen everywhere. However, we're not going to be modding our weapon for toxin, but we're still getting toxin onto them. Remember, this doesn't state that the weapon has to be the one applying the toxin. Prismatic Gem applies the 4 primary elements whenever you attack. So you get heat, cold, electricity, and toxin.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
I don't know if it's a thing, but it might be if the toxin explosions scale off the toxin elemental damage mods. It could be a thing similar to dual E-cores, but for my setup, I just used a simple build that, as you saw, was nuking the entire map. I have it modded like this. Melee influence, of course, you know this was coming. Viral electric, unfortunately we cannot use 2 elemental mods or else we'll get corrosive. Condition overload for the base damage. We're getting a lot of unique status effects, so we're easily going to be getting giga base damage, reach, and spring loaded blades, so we have a wider swing. Galvanized elementalist, so our status damage deals more damage, and we get status chance. And finally, Galv Steel for the crit chance and crit damage. The build is just here to taxi our damage because it's all coming from the synergy. Activate Prismatic Gem, so you can see our Prismatic Gem is on our companion. So whenever we do an attack within the Prismatic Aura, it's going to spread the status effects. So we can spawn enemies, and our companion is spreading viral. Boom, you see? Explosions. I just killed 1 enemy with the melee. You saw all the kabloomies happen. So, all the spreads, boom, big kabloomies. That's pretty much it. It's all about elemental explosions. So let's actually have a look at the complete loadout. Starting off with the Archon Shards, 2 casting speed and 3 strength shards. Roar as the Helminth. Wow, who would have guessed? The universal damage multiplier, and it is a faction damage multiplier, so our damage over time will deal 2 times the damage. Prismatic Gem not only spreads status effects, but it increases our status chance and status duration. It is an insane ability. So this is why the melee was modded a specific way. And for Citrine herself, let's take a look at the build. Molt Augmented for the increase in strength after 250 kills. Arcane Strike for the attack speed, Growing Power or Crow Subjection, whatever you want to run. PSF, of course, best mod in the game, less time in your butt, huge DPS increase. Archon Vitality, this gives me health, but it also doubles my heat damage. This, of course, is to buff Prismatic Gem. Archon Stretch for the energy over time. We're easily going to trick this with Prismatic Gem. And Archon, you see where this is going, right? Okay, so Toxin, we get Corrosive procs, we strip some armor. Pretty good. And for the modded strength increases, I have Blind Rage and Precision Intensify. Blind Rage for my overall strength increase, and of course I get additional strength from my Archon Shards, and Precision Intensify to buff Roar. So this is why we're getting a lot of damage. Prime Flow and Equilibrium. For those asking about Archon Flow, it's useless. It's useless. Don't even ignore this. Prime Flow, Equilibrium. And the reason why we're running Equilibrium is also because of her first ability. When you slash enemies with this ability, they are primed. And when you kill them, they drop health and energy orbs. Pretty good, right? And the primary and secondary will just be here for the Dexterity Arcane. That's pretty much it. Now for the companion, we got Panzerwuppelpfeiler. Man, we've been seeing a lot of Panzerwuppelpfeiler recently, right? The build has been the same. It's pretty much the same. As you can see, viral quills, the usual. I went with calculated redirection because Citrine doesn't have the shields or the armor to run the Link mods. But Link health, yeah, we're getting a decent amount of health right there. The claws, the same, haven't changed. So the gameplay loop, whenever you enter the mission, use the best focus school in the game, Madurai. We're going to get our Sling Strength and Power Transfer. You don't even have to face your companion. As long as you activate the ability, it's going to place the Prismatic Gem on your companion. It looks pretty, right? When you swing your first ability, see, they're marked with the gem. Boom, explosions. It's that stupid of an ability. Swing. So stupid and so satisfying. Yeah, so this is the new Citrine with her Prismatic Companion, Augment, and the new Spinnerex Melee Synergy. Just dominating Steel Path. You're a walking elemental nuke. Also, this really clean Citrine fashion here, even though it looks like Ureli, was provided by a viewer. It looks pretty clean, so I decided to steal it. It's mine now. You cannot have it back. It's mine. But thanks, really. It looks pretty cool, right? See this? What is a Citrine fashion? That's not Citrine. But I would have to say one thing. That is very pretty. Why does she look like Varuna from the back? And then in front, she looks like Yareli. That's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this build. And if you did, please feel free to leave a like, share, and
subscribe
for more Warframe content, streams, and so much more. Do refer to the description. Thanks for watching. And as always, peace. Bye-bye now.